All right, so I'm here with the dynamic duo again,
Hey.
Sparks and Lonzy. So we just wanted to come on and tell you guys why we love EXP so much, what made us switch over to EXP. You know, we teamed together a while back, you know, doing different stuff together, but we've really meshed everything together since we've been at EXP. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about it, okay? So what happened was I started hearing about EXP, and I honestly, it just came out my spirit one day. You remember? Mm-hmm. I'm talking to Sparks on the phone, and I'm like, I think I'm switching over to EXP. Actually, she was like, I think I'm about to open up my own brokerage. And I said, I think I'm about to switch over to EXP. And it just came up out my spirit. I hadn't really been thinking about it, but it just came out my mouth because I saw so many heavy hitters over at EXP. Yep. People at my old brokerage, they had switched over, and I'm like, what's up? You know, so we really started. She was like, you know what? Somebody just asked me about it. First, I want to talk about how it was crazy because remember, God was just having us work together, and we just kept saying like, I don't know what we doing. I don't know why we doing this together, but I know we gonna be doing something together, right? And it was crazy. We just didn't know. But then when EXP came about, we was like, oh, we got it. Yeah. You want to tell them a little bit about how all that happened?
Yes. So I remember, like she was saying before, that it just came to a point at the previous brokerage that I was at where it was like, okay, it's time to make a move. Mm-hmm. And we were already working together, building systems and working on everything together. And we were literally just being led by God, like, what's the next step, right? And a lot of times God don't tell you the far future, but you got to live in it now. That's faith. And so we were just operating in faith, building systems together. And it was time to make a decision. Am I going to open my brokerage or look into other options? And so, like she said, EXP came out of her mouth, and just so happened someone had contacted me about it, and they were trying to like recruit me, and I was like, okay, maybe we should look into this together. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we did. We started having meetings, talking to different people with EXP, and it was a no-brainer whether or not to open up my own brokerage or go with EXP.
So we started interviewing people. You know, she had a couple people, I had a couple people, and we was like, all right, well, you know, let's talk to them, hear what they got to say, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, it just didn't sit right with our spirit. I can't even explain it. It was like they were good, but it was like, this ain't it, right? And so I'm in my prayer room one day, and it just popped up on my phone. I'm not supposed to be in my phone on Facebook in my prayer room, but I was. And it just popped up like, message Justin. And I'm like, all right. So I messaged Justin. We have a conversation. I started telling Sparks about it. And she like, my baby leaping. She like, I think my baby leaping. I think that's the way to go, right? And so we did our last video, right? Well, tell them about that.
So yeah, like we were saying in the last video, you know, who you partner with matters, and you want to make sure whether you're on a team or even coming into an organization in EXP in the downline, that what you believe is in line with the people that is leading you. Mm-hmm. And so Justin and Game Changers, it was like he was literally inside of the conversation that we were all having together. Yes, it was like, oh my God, here's another person who heard the exact same thing that we got.
Yeah, because marketplace ministry is something that's really important to us, you know, and he already had it going. He had so many pieces already together that, you know, we hadn't put together yet, but the vision that the God gave us, because God, we have, like, our vision is to really keep God at the head of our business, you know, and, you know, show people, not just show people Christ through how we treat them, how we service them, right? And draw them into him and show them his love. So him doing that was like, oh, all right, let's go, you know. Yeah. So we brung Lee in too. Sure. Lee was like, all right, let's go. And so Lee, tell them a little bit about why you know, as an investor, because you don't really do retail much, but tell them why as an investor you came over to EXP.
So definitely the reason why that the reason why I came over as an investor, because investors, like, we tend to want to make money hands off. So of course, like, we can recruit people over who's probably been an agent, who probably selling a few homes or whatnot, but we can recruit them over to our downline. And of course, like, we can get a residual income. Now that's called rev share in the EXP world. And also, because I was doing a whole lot of, whether I was doing wholesaling, whether I was doing fix and flips or something of an investor nature, it kind of put me at a ceiling as with our last broker. So when we switched over, of course, there was no ceilings. Like we can do like whatever that we wanted to do, but of course that we had order and structure to do it. But as an investor, I mean, like I said, like we want to make money hands off. So creating your downline, investing, I mean, well, like you get stocks back into the company, and you also can get stock awards. And then another thing about, like, let's say for instance that a homeowner, they want retail and we're not willing to pay retail, I can still refer them over to agents, right? And still get that referral business. So that's something that as an investor, which draws us to EXP.
So Lonzy pretty much covered it, you know, the reason why we moved over to EXP, because it like as an investor, but even as an agent, like it provides so many opportunities. Like I could do the exact same thing that I was doing at KW and make way more money. Like I've already done it. And I left capped. I left with a full cap at KW, and I've capped again, and I'm on my way to Icon. And with Icon, so amazing, right? You have an opportunity to get your full $16,000 cap back. Who mad at that? Like I get my full $16,000 cap back in stock. It's in stock, but still, you know, that's residual income that we're building, like Lonzy said. And then the stock awards, where we get stock awards every time you close your first deal. Every year you close your first deal, and every agent that comes on, when you bring an agent on, you get stock awards. When they close their first deal, you get stock awards. And then on top of that, when you close a deal, each deal you close, like with KW and all that, they had like what is called franchise fees, right? So they had franchise fees, and with those franchise fees, you had to pay 6% towards the franchise. EXP, no franchise fees, but guess what they got? Tell them about this first. Tell them.
So there's no desk fees, no franchise fees, and they have this amazing virtual world, which is called EXP World. And I've gone in there, so I'm like, I love tech, right? So, but even if you're not, you can do it right from your phone, and you can go in and create relationships with people. I've spoken to people in India, over in different countries, and we're literally working together all through this virtual world. So that's amazing when you think about how expansive you can expand your business at EXP, right? It's EXP expanding your business. And so it's so lovely.
The piece that I was gonna say is that instead of paying franchise fees, you can pay 5%. Remember the 5%. You can opt in to using that 5% to buy stock at a 10% discount, right? So, I mean, I don't miss the 5% ever, you know, so I opted in because, you know, I want to buy stock. So my stock, even though stocks are down right now, I think my stock account is well over $5,000, and I've only been with EXP for 7 months now. Like crazy. And then I've made over, so I know I'm at like 15,000 total that I've made with between rev share and the stock options, the stock option plus the stock awards, you know, that we make. So like, who mad? Who mad? Plus, I'm on my way to get my full cap back. Like, that's way more than I would have made at KW, and I'm doing the same exact thing, nothing different. I haven't went out with her recruiting yet. Y'all gonna be hearing from me, but I haven't went her with that or nothing, you know. So it was a no-brainer for us, for real. Yeah, and then the other thing, so I wanted to kind of show y'all the difference between revenue share and profit share, because KW did have profit share, right? But profit share is totally different than revenue share. So tell them about this first.
So like we've said throughout this video, when you join EXP, you actually own a part of the company. And so as a company owner, you receive revenue share, not profit sharing. With profit sharing, you know, you got what was left in profit, meaning that whatever income that came into the company after all the bills were paid and everyone else received their income, whatever was left, you receive from. So as a company owner with revenue sharing, you get money from the revenue. This is how much money we make. This is literally a company owned by agents and run by agents. So they keep us in mind. So literally from the moment that, I'm sure you have experienced as well, from the moment that we switched over from Keller to EXP, our passive income just instantly shot up, you know? So I mean, surpassing it's crazy what we were receiving at KW versus now we now have that passive income, because you have to think about, like we said in our previous videos, when you're an agent, you're self-employed versus now we have an opportunity to become investors all by doing what we're already doing, like without thinking about it. So now if I, you know, even if I didn't build all the team, as long as I recruited people into the company that made sales, then if I couldn't work, I would still receive income. And like, how beautiful was that? You know, even in our upline, AJ Maida, he's a part of Game Changers. He was able to buy his mother a home cash from the stock awards, just from running his business like he did before. So I mean, how much are you able to be blessed to be a blessing to other people?
Exactly.
So I got a question, Sparks, especially about the passive side, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, as investors, that's what we want to do, right? How many agents is there a cap to how many agents I can bring over and get my downline or get that rev share? Is there a cap to that? Like, I can only bring over 10 agents and then I'm done, or I can bring over as many agents as I want?
So that's a really great question. So no, there is no cap. You can bring over as many people into the company as you can, and they don't have to be within your state. EXP is a national, actually a global brokerage. So as you communicate with people and you're in the real estate realm doing what you're already doing, and you speak to people, if you have someone who's interested in a company and they come into your downline, like, that's sweet. And also it's sweet for them because of the benefits that your upline is providing. You know, we have really great uplines. We have Justin Ford, who is, I mean, he's amazing. He sells over 100 houses a year by himself, not with his team, but himself, because he loves sales. And so we get access to, you know, his knowledge, and even above him, like I mentioned, AJ Maida, who's a part of Game Changers. So everything that they teach, people who come into our organization get access to that as well. Like, that's the culture at EXP.
Yeah. And it's been amazing, just the doors that's open for us since we like joined EXP and we really came together for real. The Lord must have been like, yep, put a stamp of approval on that. Y'all doing the right thing. Let me show y'all. So we have Elite Organization. Lee, you want to tell them a little bit about that?
So yeah, of course, Elite Organization, as TaNia, she stated, that we all have came together. And it's going to be more of consulting, us flipping together, us doing wholesales. So of course, if y'all are looking to get into real estate, being a real estate agent or doing anything investment wise, you need to come over here to Elite Organization.
Yeah, so we partnered together, all of us, to form Elite Organization. We told you about it a little bit in our other videos, you know, what all we offer, but it's amazing that we can come together, pull our knowledge together, work together, consult together, all that stuff, and flip together, pull our money together, and then show y'all how to do it. It's I mean, it was just a no-brainer, and it was just so amazing how the Lord put it all together. So we're super excited about what we have going on and what's coming up. You know, we have our first class December 3rd. We talked to y'all about it. I'm gonna link it again in the description so y'all can register. And that class will be about agents, teaching agents how to have an investor mindset, because we've done a couple videos on that, you know, showing you like what your options are and how you can capitalize on all opportunities, right? So we want to show you that, and it'll be open for even regular people, right? Like, you don't have to just be an agent, but you'll pick up a whole bunch of juice. So make sure you register for that December 3rd, and you'll be seeing a lot more from us. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we drop new content.